Hello, and welcome to Dead by Daylight's Black Banquet, the 10th anniversary event for Dead by Daylight. I've been trying to do this, remember to take breaks and look at cute little bunny videos. Can't see it because I'm blocking part of it, but it's so you can see my perks. I could easily just move myself to a different corner, but I don't have the facilities for that. I could move myself over to the left side, but even then. But yeah, we're going to talk about this mode because I have thoughts. I've not played this as killer at all, and I don't plan on playing it all as killer because of how miserable the experience is. I would say I play both roles, I'd say, fairly evenly, to a degree. Oh, a trickster. Evenly enough that I feel like it's fair. However, this is not a fair mode. This is one of the most survivor-sided modes I think I've ever seen. And that's saying something because I definitely think there are a lot of modes that are typically more survivor-sided than this. And yet somehow this one takes the cake of... Not the cake, get it? Takes the cake of being by far one of the most survivor-sided modes of all time. I'm now looking for the table and I'm just going around in a big circle. I might be stupid. Because... I'll get a fresh one second. Okay, there's one up top and one on the other side. This is the main gen here. Okay, got it. Thanatophobia. Thanatophobia trickster, that's certainly a build. But just to give you an idea, the event is basically a banquet style event. You have items that survivors can eat, and if they give them varying effects. Right now, it is temporary invisibility, which on paper doesn't seem too bad until it's one of those things where you realize, oh no way, you literally can't see the survivor for roughly like 5 seconds. And while I'm usually okay with kind of cheesy effects for the event, I don't like it when it's so almost bullying, because that's the one we have currently. There's one that also happens to be a decent effect where it is invulnerability for roughly 2 seconds, I'd say. You saw the killer do their little event. And the killer can throw poison balls to poison the food at the dinner trays or poison survivors. If the survivors sprint for too long, they get heavily hindered. Go back to 3-dropping that. That's a good paladin. But mainly, my main issue with the event is the fact of what you could do with the morsels. So we're gonna grab one here. What you can do with these morsels is if you bring them to a table, there's usually one on a random generator would spawn, or at the banquet table, or at the little banquet cell or a tile, which doesn't always spawn, but there is sometimes one there. What these things do is, if you place 4 of them on a table, which I'm at 2 on this one, it will heal all survivors of the health state. So if they're down, they'll become injured. If they're injured, they become healthy. And if varying effects will happen, in the case of the current effect, all the portals will refill your item, or if you currently have an item, they will give you a randomized item. Now, that doesn't seem that bad until you realize the whole health state thing is kind of rough, but it's not too bad because it's like, okay, there's other ways of gaining health stage pretty quickly. But the main issue, heal me, try to heal me, is the fact that there are others. There's one that gives you, invulnerability, gives you the ability to refill pellets, And also, whenever you drop a pallet, it is unbreakable for 60. It is unbreakable for the duration of the effect. Now, the effect only lasts 60 seconds, but in a game like this, 60 seconds is for fucking ever. That being said, I'm going to show you the effect of this one that I think is kind of cheesy. The only one I don't really like is the basically, if it's not the invulnerability one, or and it's not this one, it's the, I think there's 3 options. I like this one a little bit more because the controls, I think, are a little bit nicer. There's one that gives you basically haste and action speed when you're nearby other survivors. I'm like, or it gives you haste.
We're gonna stand up, and we're gonna keep going back to the toy store. You can't take them from us.
See the effect on the right side there. Once that goes away, I can sprint safely. But yeah, observe what I do here. Watch the Dwight and the Tori's health states. Fully healed. So now, anytime you go through a portal, which are located randomly around the map, like this one, you can see it's changed a little bit now. If I go through it, my toolbox is now completely refilled. So all the work that I did on that generator earlier with the toolbox is now basically able to be done again. Now, that's 42 seconds. I could empty out the toolbox again, go through the portal in that time, and then, what do you know? We're good to go. We're starting to see the problem here. With the unbreakable pallets, if you drop a god pallet, then the killer can't break it to make the thing go by faster. So it's like, well, shit. So I'm going to do this. Also, I have to play as Nick Cage because I wanted a character that has a little more dialogue. As for how I'm doing with cakes right now, I am prioritizing giving cakes for my survivors as well as my killers, because basically leveling up my survivors more than my killers. Because one very important reason, I made a mistake of leveling up killers I don't plan on playing much in the last anniversary. Thus meaning I have cakes on killers like the Hag and Trapper, who I don't plan on playing more than I want to. In fact, I think Trapper's like my third most played. They're mostly killer because of it.
And the boogeyman is coming because I made a big noise and I'm very sorry.
That being said, though, the biggest thing that I dislike about this event, even on Survivor side, is how easy it is to basically make the event miserable for the killer. And don't get me wrong, I've had some games where the killer will just straight up do very, very well. There are some killers that straight up do this event way too well. But those killers that struggle that are already struggling are going to suffer in this event. As well as the fact that the poison bottle effect, while I do think it is strong, I think it makes some killers uninteract with hell. But, like, for example, like this, a killer like Trickster, or not even Trickster, but a killer that can one-hit down, but they need a hinder to do so, or that, like, need the ability for the survivor to slow down, let's say, a la Ghostface, something like that, like a killer who's been exposed to Ghostface, or even more, or something even better than that.
We're gonna stand up, we're gonna keep going back to the toy store. You can't take them from us! No. Whatever you're going through, I get it. You're angry. Someone help!
I love it because there's 2 different characters talking. Thought that was a bit late. But this event is just kind of unbearable for killers like Ghostface, Trapper, all those ones that kind of can't really do much. Same, like, I think Bubba is fairly, like, very, very strong in the event, but it makes the poison just kind of makes it boring to play. But then there are other killers that are very, very strong that are just not very... Oh, hey, that's a wide open throttle. That worked out.
I owe you one. No. Correction, I owe you one. Let's get out of here.
Oh, and now we get to, oh yeah, so that's how it is affected by wide open throttle, which don't even get me started on those perks. Now dessert, it's different. Dessert gives you either endurance or elusive for a short amount of time. But it's usually 50-50. I think it can also give other effects depending on the beam. The cloud is still blocked. Do I get lucky here? Do I get lucky? Get lucky. Yeah, this event just overall is not very intuitive from the survivor side of things, or from the killer side of things. I definitely think it has its moments, because I've seen some people really enjoy the event on Killer, but it's also like, for any videos that I plan on doing on Killer, which there are at least a couple, I will be doing the normal queue, because I do not want to deal with this queue. But I will be still playing this the event queue for the sake of getting challenges done. It's just you will not be seeing videos on Killer unless I think there's a build that can make the event queue funny. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. He's actually dead. I can't do anything. Okay, HP is fine. So we can actually go to the big cave. This way. Except he knows where I am.
Let's go. Let's go.
He doesn't? Okay. Works out. But yeah, this is definitely like an event mode that I think that is kind of fun. Oop. That is a name I'm not gonna say out loud. But yeah, this is very much one of those modes where I definitely think on Killer people are gonna be suffering really, really badly. But everyone brought cakes except for myself because I'm saving my cakes on other characters and I don't have the ending currently. Because my goal is basically try and get every character on Survivor to P3 during the event, and then any characters that are not P3 will be brought up to, will just basically are going to be left alone. That way I can play the characters that are P3 so I can use those plot points on killers and so on and so forth. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, be sure to like, subscribe, with the fun stuff. Overall, the event is fine. I just think it's a little too Survivor-sided for my taste. Much like the rest of the game. But, that being said, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Everybody, stay safe.